Shadow Boxing Club Pittsford with your focus point. Now you may remember a couple weeks ago, we did a focus point where we would throw a punch to the head and a punch to the body on the same side. We call it reloading to the body. Throwing multiple punches on the same side, but the reloading part is where I shift my weight into the first punch, shift it back where it came from, and then throw it the second punch on the same hand. This week we're gonna do the inverse. This time we're gonna throw a punch to the body, reload same side, and go up to the head. So we'll be reloading, throwing punches low, reloading, bringing our weight back, and throwing the same hand up to our opponent's head. This can be a great strategical tool because it can be very hard to hit someone in the head, especially right away. So you throw those punches low, whatever they are, you get their elbows down, and that opens up the head. I also like this too, just from a purely learning boxing standpoint, is because it really taps in to the most fundamental mechanic there is for any punches, reloading or otherwise, which is shifting your weight from one foot to the other, twisting into your punches, twisting your body, using your weight shift, not your arms to throw punches. Now you get that on everything, but when you reload, it really kind of forces you to think about it. It's like, oh, I'm going here. I've got my weight shifted all the way back. To reload, to throw it hard, I have to bring my weight back. So that brings us to the common mistakes.
Common mistakes.
Which are, of course, exactly the same. Not reloading. So maybe I throw that punch to the body, but instead of shifting my weight back to throw the head punch, I throw that punch to the body and I just use my arm to do it. So I'm not reloading with my hips, I'm just throwing my arm. You throw like across the body and you stay forward and throw the across the hip. You don't want that. We want to work on power. You might be able to hit someone that way, but we'd rather do it with power and also be on better balance when we do it. So it's a good way to develop power. Of course, you develop power, that strengthens you, you get stronger, that makes your workout better, that makes everybody happy, myself most especially. So we want to do that. So we want to make sure we're reloading. So we're throwing that punch to the body, whatever it is, and then we're coming up to the head. We'll bring our weight back to where it started before we throw that second punch. And then, of course, there's not distinguishing between the head and body enough. And I'm talking about in terms of height on the heavy bag. So you want to imagine when you're standing next to a bag, your head level is pretty much where your head would be on this bag. Your body level, by default, technically anything could be the body, but in this case, we're going to imagine that you got one of those big belts on, like a wrestling belt or something. That is considered the body. So that is very important that we distinguish because that's how these setups are going to work. So for instance, if I throw a liver shot, but it's too high, it's kind of like up here, it's up here, then they don't have to do much to block it. And what I want my opponent to do is block it. Block it by bringing their elbows down. Because when that happens, look what's open. You can see my head. So I want them to bring it up enough. So I gotta make sure my liver shot is low enough. And then I gotta make sure, if I'm throwing a hook to the head off that my head hook is high enough. Because if I throw my liver shot low, but then my head hook is here, well, they'll block it, but they'll be able to block the second one without doing anything. I want them to have to move their arm to block it. And of course, I want to go so fast that they can't do it. So we want to make sure that we're really distinguishing head and body on the bag. Look at the bag, look at yourself, figure out where those spots would be. That is important. And then, of course, there's some same tricks you can do, just like we did reloading to the body. You can do the same thing with the head. It's a little more dangerous. So for instance, let's say again, I'm going to throw that liver shot, and then I want to come back and I want to throw a lead uppercut to the chin. I don't want to look up before I throw it, because then my opponent will know that I'm going to do it. They'll see me, and I look up, and they're like, oh, they're going to throw something up high. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw my liver shot, I'm going to keep looking down, and then come up and throw the uppercut or the hook or whatever it is. Now I said it's a little more dangerous because the more you look down, the less peripheral vision you have. So you got to make sure, if you do this in a fight, that you're keeping an eye on what they're doing. So you're looking down, but I'm still kind of trying to keep my peripheral vision open. Again, that's the next level stuff. You don't have to do it, but it's just a little something, a little nugget for some of you more experienced boxers. In fact, here's another one, kind of along the same lines. That's something Mike Tyson would do. So he's famous for throwing that rear hook to the body, rear uppercut, reload. Maybe an overload, I don't know. But we'd throw the rear hook to the body, and then when he'd reload, bring it back, he would start off like he's going to throw another rear hook to the body. And he was so powerful that, man, even if you blocked it, you didn't want to get hit with that again. So he'd throw that rear hook to the body, come back, he'd start to throw it again. At the last second, he'd curve it up into that uppercut. So boom, and then boom. And their opponent would be bracing to defend that body hook, getting nailed by the uppercut. Oh, it was sweet. He was so good, technically back in the 80s, in the good old days. So I want it to be good old days for us. I want us to really work those reloads. It's gonna make you stronger. It's gonna make you better. Again, I'm gonna be happier. Everybody's gonna be happier, except maybe your opponent. But that is how we